4 champions, as a matter of fact.
He certainly is one of the most powerful. I mean, he can hit with both the right and the left hand. He's got a great right hook and a great straight left. And I'll tell you what else he is. He's tough under the boards. I played in 2 charity basketball games with him. He really can move you out of there.
Very intelligent young man, really knows exactly what's down the road for him, and has set his sights on Virgil Hill. But I did ask him exactly what you were talking about, looking by Sedillo, and he said, not a chance. So we're set to go for the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship, and let's let Wally Jackson do the honors. Wally?
This bout is sanctioned by the Michigan State Athletic Board of Control. Dr. Stuart E. Kirschenbaum, chairperson. Nick Karasiotis is a supervisor from the WBO. And now, fight fans, this is our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the World Boxing Organization Light Heavyweight Championship. The man in decision, Sam Williams. Introducing first, in the blue corner, standing 6'3" tall, weighed in at 175 pounds. As a professional, he has 23 victories, 6 losses with 13 knockouts. From Fontana, California, here is the challenger, Mike Sedillo. Sedillo. And in the red corner, weighed in at 175 pounds, standing 6'2" tall. As a professional, he is undefeated, 17 victories, 17 knockouts. From the Motor City of Detroit, here is the WBO Light Heavyweight Champion, Michael Moorer.
Low blows and headbutts, you kidney punch. On my command to break, take a full step back, the hands up, protect yourself at all times. In case of a knockdown, I'll send you to the furthest neutral corner. Remain there until I send for you. Good luck.
Well, one thing is certain, this is the loneliest man in Auburn Hills. He's got 8,500 people rooting against him tonight. And in the other corner, the public choice, Michael Moorer. Knowledgeable boxing crowd, and a very good crowd here at the Palace, incidentally. 8,500 was the official figure.
And but for the weather, which is pretty cold, and they've had some weather problems here, they might have some more.
Are you the master of the understated? Pretty cold.
I guess pretty cold is an understatement.
It was -4 here today. Moorer's knockout ratio just a tad higher.
It can't be any higher at 100%, obviously. And Sedillo, not a tremendous puncher, but has some sting in those punches.
Moorer feels that Sedillo is just too tall. He says he has fought a fighter who with a similar style, a similar build than Sedillo, and that was Jeff Thompson. He got him out of there.
Sedillo has to be very careful about what he just did there, lunging and being off balance when he throws the right hand. Moorer will throw a good short straight left and hurt him with it.
The Uriah Grant fight, most people look at as Sedillo's best, but interestingly enough, he fought Virgil Hill back in 1986, and he fought him more than just a close fight. It was a split decision. He had cut Hill around the eyes. One eye was closed of Virgil Hill's, and the decision went to Hill. But in Sedillo's mind, as you might expect, he felt he won the fight.
We saw Sedillo lose to Joe Lasisi, top contender who eventually did fight Virgil Hill. But in between these nachos, 23 wins. And he won the Stroh's tournament out west.
Won $40,000 in the Stroh's tournament.
Moorer being very economical with his punches, more so even than I suspected he might be.
Out there with a couple in, set up behind the jab. Good body shot by Moorer, too. Sedillo gets there with the right hand.
It's the punch he wants to get in. He's been busier in this first round. Not a lot landing, but throwing more often.
A tough body shot by Moore.
Michael Moore hits with tremendous power. Look at the short, straight left hand. The definition of a puncher has his picture next to it in the dictionary, Michael Moore's. I mean, it is just a very good compact puncher. Strong.
Once again, as you pointed out, Sedillo on occasion will duck in with his head, and he is there for left hand.
He's in front. He's in the wrong place physically. He's right in front of Moore. We may get into that a little bit more in the next round, but strategically, Sedillo's in the wrong place here, and he's hurt already.
Took a couple of good shots, and now he's going to have to do well just to get through this. A couple of serious shots from Moore, and Moore, again, being very economical. Moore doing exactly what he had to do there.
Here's where Michael Moore's power started to have an impact. That right hand stunned him, and there's some more shots from Moore, and those weren't the best he could do. Sedillo.
Can't stand, try to punch it out with a gun.
You see, that's what Larry Ramirez is saying.
You know, moving it out, let's move it out.
Yeah, but here's the point. Sedillo needs to be moving to his left, I think, to stay away from those straight left hands, and he's not doing it. He's standing in front of Michael Moore. You can see here, Barry, Sedillo's right in front of him. More often than not, Moore has got his right foot outside the left foot. There's the punching in that first round. You can see that Moore landing more, even though Sedillo is throwing more. Most of those landed in the last minute. Mike Sedillo is standing right in front of Moore. Look at the right foot of Moore, how it's on the outside of Sedillo's left foot. That means that Sedillo is right in his wheelhouse, right where he can throw those power shots.
And he did get a right hand home just a moment ago. And did again there.
This fight will not last long if Sedillo keeps standing there and trying to duke it out with Moore. Totally wrong strategic fight, and I'm sure Larry Ramirez didn't want this kind of a bout from Sedillo.
Nice uppercut by Moore. And Sedillo continues to stand right there. Took another right hand and another right hand.
He's moving the wrong way, and now he's hurt, and now for sure he's going off to his right. He's making this his right hand against the power of Moore, and that is not going to work, not early in this fight. I mean, really, this is equivalent to some team going to playing Oklahoma and saying, let's run with them. You can't do it, and and that's exactly what Sedillo's doing here.
What you really have to admire about Moore is he just does not waste a punch.
He's so accurate, gets good power into it. Look at that right hook to the body. That was a beautiful punch by Moore.
Terrific body shot.
And you know, we told you what Mike Sedillo's been up to point out to you that while he is not a guy who is a #1 contender, he is not a stiff at all and has been in with the best guys like Virgil Hill. So he has some credibility. But he's not fighting the right fight here, I'll tell you that much.
Well, eventually, he told me when I talked with him last night that he felt he could push Moore back. That's the type of fight he's fighting, only he hasn't had a chance of doing that.
It's too early in the bout to do that. He would have had to create something over the course of a 5- or 6-round fight before he could do that. And he's still moving the wrong way, still moving over to his right.
And a good lesson to learn here, too, in that watch when Moore throws his punches, how on balance he is, and watch when Sedillo throws his, how off balance he is. We'll be back.
1989 saw
Michael Moore from the right-handed stance, landing that straight right hand. And he comes out bombing here in this round.
Well, Larry Ramirez in the corner between rounds saying exactly what you were saying. That is, you can't stand there and go dukes with him. You got to fight him from the outside, and you got to get off first.
And the only thing he didn't add, which I think is pretty important, is he's got to move to the left. Got to get out of the range of those straight left hands. Yes, Moore can hurt you with a right hook and hurt you with the jab, but he's not going to hurt you as bad as if you're moving off to your right and you're right in there for his punching.
And this tells you just about what you need to know about the fight as you look at the punch profile, and it's all Michael Moore, the champion.
Yeah, and among those 37, there were some big ones in there. See, look when Sedillo goes off to his left and flicks the jab out even. I mean, see, that's what you've got to do to Moore. Can't stay right in there and be in position for him to throw the straight left and trade punches and expect to win. Not unless you're some huge puncher.
This is the third round of the WBO light heavyweight championship. Michael Moore out of Detroit's Kronk Gym. He's the champion. 17 fights, 17 knockouts. And there probably isn't a soul in the Palace of Auburn Hills who thinks that that won't be 18 and 18 by the time this evening's festivities are over, at least if the first 2 rounds are any indication.
And if he doesn't change his tactics, Mike Sedillo's not going to make either of us a believer that it will be different either. Could have been a warning to Moore for pushing down in the head of Mike Sedillo. Well, strategically, in my opinion, this couldn't be a worse fight for Mike.
Less is more, but that is a statement of fact, the way this fight has gone.
It's true, and he doesn't waste punches. He throws what he needs to throw.
I still think Sedillo is hurt, and that body shot didn't feel any better.
Made him wince, and I'll tell you, Michael Moore is as good a body puncher as you'd ever want to see. We saw Terrence Elliott.
Great shot.
You can feel those down here.
Another terrific round for Michael Moore.
Wow. Here's where Michael Moore got in some good combinations, nailing Sedillo to the head with some big shots, but it's not the head work that's really impressive. Watch this right hook to the body. Oh man, I mean, that is short. It made him wince, and he threw another one like it that really was powerful.
That will have you eating through a straw for about a week.
Yeah, that's for sure. I have a delayed reaction there to that. Oh, I'll tell you. Here's our the punch profile for the last round, and you can see what Moore is doing. Sedillo landing 9 punches, even that surprising considering how well Moore is doing.
I don't think the scorecard on your part is any great secret, is it?
No, nothing doing for Mike Sedillo.
Oh, another big left hand. You know, the other thing that's impressive about Moore is how quickly he gets his punches back.
Yes, very good point. And not a bad defensive fighter. I'll tell you, matchup-wise, you have to love him against any of those, as far as a matchup to make an interesting fight. Against Virgil Hill or Prince Charles Williams, one of the other champions, because he's the puncher, they're more the boxers, even though they can both punch pretty good. And you want to see, I'm dying to see Michael Moore against somebody that gives him that kind of movement. I mean, he is a destroyer. You can see it. He's got those short, compact punches. He comes forward. He's with purpose. He knows what he's doing. Now, what will that movement and that cleverness do to him? Will it affect that rhythm?
Another body shot that made Sedillo wince.
I don't like to be looking ahead too much, but trust me, folks, barring a miracle right now, and I never say this during a boxing match, barring a miracle, Mike Sedillo is not going to win this bout. This is as systematic a destruction as you'd like to see.
Yeah, it really is. It's symptomatic almost of the way Marvin Hagler used to fight his fights.
Precisely. It's very good point, Barry. Both southpaws, both short, compact punches, especially in Marvin's earlier days.
And you know the really frightening thing, if you happen to be somebody in the ring with Sedillo, with Michael Moore, is it looks like he could do this for about 30 rounds.
Yeah, because he's not throwing 8 million punches. He's throwing enough and throwing combinations, but not wasting a lot of energy. Well, when you fight him like this, too, it's going to make him look that much better. And that's why I really hasten to point out that the really master boxer like Virgil Hill would give him a whole different look and would give Michael Moore many, many more things to think about. Sedillo hasn't done that in this round, in this fight. Same is true of Prince Charles Williams, who we'll see on January 7th.
That's right.
Defending his crown. People get a chance to compare all these light heavyweights.
Yeah, and it's just an excellent division, and now fighters are not so quick to say, I want to move up to the heavyweight division and take a shot at that. There's going to be some money in this division. We start the 6th round. Michael Moore, who has been a surgeon, took a right hand to start this round by Sedillo, but it's a long way back for Mike Sedillo.
Why isn't Mike Sedillo taking a step to his left? This is what is really puzzling to me. This is really a tough one for me to figure. There. Now, if he continues this movement to the left, it will make him more effective in this round. I'm not saying he even has to dance, just move to his left. And he can get out of the wheelhouse of those punches by Moore. Instead of staying right there in front of him, even just a step. I'm not even talking about constant movement or dancing. Then he can throw. I mean, that's the way you got to do that against the southpaw anyway, and you really have to do it against Michael Moore. Look at he's right in there. With that right foot of Moore on the outside of his left foot, he can get hit with the straight lefts, the right hooks by Moore. There, see? Moore is taking a step off to his right, doing exactly the right thing.
Another outstanding body shot by Moore.
They're getting restless here in the Palace. They want Michael Moore to score the knockout.
It's the only thing he hasn't done so far tonight. And there's still a ways to go.
Marvin Hagler, I'll bet you he likes being compared to him. Why not? Huh? And you're probably not the first to do it, but it's a good comparison.
Left hand staggered Sedillo, and it was exactly what we said. He ducked right into it, and now we'll see if Moore can finish him. Down goes Sedillo.